Okay, today we're diving deep into just one source, but it's a big one. An executive order from June 6, 2025, unleashing American drone dominance.
You can really think of this as a comprehensive roadmap. Its core mission, laid out pretty clearly, is to rapidly speed up the safe commercial use and integration of drones.
Integration into our daily lives.
Exactly. While also, and this is key, strengthening the U.S. position globally and making sure things are secure.
In this order, it really sees drones as more than just toys or gadgets. It recognizes they're actually transforming big industries, logistics, farming, emergency response.
And it looks ahead, too. It specifically mentions things like electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, promising totally new ways to move cargo, maybe even people eventually. The potential is huge.
What really jumps out, though, is the sheer urgency in the language.
Definitely. The order states the U.S. must accelerate testing, must enable routine operations at scale, ramp up domestic production, and boost exports of U.S.-made drones. It's a clear signal to, well, go faster and bigger.
And the why behind all this urgency, it seems pretty explicit.
Reduce reliance on foreign sources, secure those supply chains.
Which we know is critical for, well, everything these days. National security, the economy.
Absolutely. And ultimately, the goal is to deliver these benefits, these advanced capabilities directly to you, the American people. The policy points are clear. U.S. leadership via safe integration, scaling up commercial use domestically, and building up that industrial base while promoting exports.
Okay, so we hear acceleration, integration. But what does this EO actually do? It's not just talk, right? Actions. Deadlines.
Exactly. It's very action-oriented. It signals a massive push to make beyond visual line-of-sight BVLOS operations routine.
That's the key for things like longer-range package delivery, right? Or inspecting miles of pipeline.
And get this. The FAA is directed to propose a rule for BVLOS within just 30 days of the order.
That sounds incredibly aggressive for federal rulemaking. Usually these things take years. What does that timeline tell you?
It shows this is a top priority for the administration. They're putting serious pressure on the FAA to move at, frankly, an unprecedented pace.
Okay. And if things are moving that fast, you'd expect a flood of waiver applications for complex drone stuff. How does the order handle that potential bottleneck?
Good question. It actually mandates the FAA start deploying AI tools within 120 days to help speed up the review of drone waiver applications. The thinking is AI could potentially process the paperwork, flag key issues, much faster than humans alone.
Interesting. Now, about those air taxes, what's the plan there?
This is where it gets really interesting for future transport. The order actually creates an integration pilot program.
A pilot program, okay.
And it requires a public request for proposals within 90 days. The aim is clear. Accelerate the deployment of these electric air taxis and cargo carriers.
And there's a catch, I assume.
It requires the selected projects to use U.S.-based technology wherever possible.
So that ties back directly to strengthening the domestic industrial base.
Exactly. Making sure we have the factories, the skilled workers, the tech know-how right here in the U.S. to build these advanced systems.
And speaking of made in the USA, the order also pushes federal agencies to prioritize buying U.S.-made drones.
It does. And it gets tough on supply chain security, too. It mandates steps to guard against foreign influence.
Securing the supply chain is clearly paramount. Fewer dependencies, better security for the tech itself. The order also seems keen on selling these drones abroad.
Yes, a strong push for U.S. drone exports. Updated regulations, financial support to help make that happen. And for the military side, the Department of Defense is told to prioritize and quickly buy low-cost, high-performing U.S. drones. Expand their approved lists, cut red tape for adoption.
So this deep dive really highlights a concerted push. We're talking about potentially seeing drones much more frequently delivering packages, monitoring farms, maybe even carrying people someday, alongside military uses. Which brings us to the final thought for you listening. Given this big government push, all these deadlines and initiatives, how do you think this increased drone presence, moving beyond just headlines, might actually fundamentally change your daily life and your community in the years ahead?